There's not enough time in the world.
Hey guys, welcome to the mid-year update for 2022. I can say with the utmost certainty this has been the most hectic 6 months I've had in a very long time, and I'll get into why this has been once we go over one little bright spot. Number 1. Progress. It makes me smile every time we get new faces on the channels. On Starfighters Arcade we reached over 400 subs. That's about an increase of 50 since I last checked. And I'd like to thank all of y'all that have been spreading the good word of Starfighters that might have come from Jacobians. And speaking of this very channel, we managed to do not too bad, reaching 570 subs not too long ago. And then when I started releasing the next set of quick views recently, we lost 3 in quick succession. And that felt real good for my self-esteem. But that's probably for good reason, and it's time to talk about what's been plaguing me. Number 2. The schedule. Well, where to start from here? I don't even know myself. I guess where I left off on the last update. So I said I was a bit behind on my content schedule, and that hasn't really changed. I've been doing my best to get myself back on track these past 6 months, and of course it hasn't worked out. There have been many factors affecting it. I do have a life. Big surprise, I know. I am on track to finish college, currently working an internship over the summer. I'm working more shifts at the arcade, and like I said before, I'm not perfect. I can sometimes put these things off because I'm the only one that's doing my content, and it can sometimes be a lot, especially with the game reviews or WrestleBounds, as they have more time put into them compared to quick views, which are shorter, or current calamities, which are more mellow in the editing department. So I have been having to delay videos and alter the schedule, which has been happening a lot more than usual. I'm even afraid to commit to announcing a schedule change since my schedule is in so much flux. And I can see how it can piss some people off that are expecting a certain video in one series over another. So I do apologize for the constant delays, but I'm just one guy. I do pride myself on being timely, and it hurts me whenever I miss a day I want to upload. And it's not like I haven't been trying. I came very close to getting back on track this month, and then a whole lot of shit happened. The internship for one threw everything for a loop. Other life events happened, including my first experience with a flat tire. That was a day I wish I could have back, but that shit happened and now I'm even farther back than I've ever been before. But rest assured, dear viewer, I haven't given up. I've been doing my best, continuing to provide the content you look forward to seeing, at least to those that are patient, and to everyone that has stuck with me, you mean the absolute world to me, and to all the new subs, welcome and thanks for giving me a chance. Right now I am working my ass off to get back on the right track. The whole month of July is going to be filled with content, and I'm sure you guys are going to be fulfilled while I nearly kill myself for your entertainment. I'm afraid to post anything concrete since, like I said before, life can happen at any point, but once I'm back where I want to be, you'll be the first to know. Number 3. The other channels. Now with all the crap that's been going on the main channel, I've also found time to work on the other channels, including Starfighters Arcade. What I'm trying to do there is basically have more content than I did last year. And I've been doing that with new recruits primarily, but I'm still trying to get more content there, like a new commercial every month, or that damn pinball show developed, or any other show I've done in the past. I'm only one guy that wants to do so much, and I have barely any time to do it. But the plan right now is a few new recruits as we have a lot more machines, and a new commercial every month. So if you want to see some of that, or just to see where I work, check out Starfighters. On the Millennial X side, things have been interesting. We finally filmed something we've been trying to do for years, but that's probably not going to go up until after the convention in August that we'll get to. Me and Dave made a script for another video series, and Cousin Nathan and I have plotted another Game Sweepers episode. A lot is happening, so be on the lookout if you are subbed over there, and if not, what's stopping you? Number 4. Conventions. This one's going to be quick since we're in the middle of the year. ZapCon has come and gone, and it was so good to be back there. Of course, I covered it on the Starfighters channel, and you can check it out here if you haven't seen it yet. So the only one remaining on my schedule is Game On Expo that'll be taking place at the Phoenix Convention Center on August 5th through to the 7th. This time my appearance there is gonna be a little different as I'm helping organize the booth for Starfighters, as we're gonna be there with our machines, having a few competitions and showing attendees what we're all about. I and Arcade Buddies are predicting this will be the highest attended Game On ever because, like with ZapCon, it's been 2 years since the last event, technically, and we think it's going to explode in capacity and we want to capitalize on that potential, so we will be there. That's what I'll primarily be doing, but I'll also be hanging out amongst doing my other duties. I look forward to catching up with friends or YouTubers that I know. Hope to meet others that I'm sure will be there, and if you so happen to go, be sure to say hello or come to the booth. You might get a chance to win something, but you didn't hear it from me. And that's pretty much it, everybody. That's the mid-year update for 2022. I'd like to thank you guys for watching and your continued support. I wish I could be as optimistic about the future like I usually am, but I am thankful for what I have, and that's y'all that have been with me through this ride, however long it'll last. The next video will be a WrestleBound this coming Saturday, followed by a game review the next week. There's plenty of content to come, so stay tuned, but until then, I will see you guys in the near future.